That's okay. So it says recording in progress, and we welcome Ellen once again for a wonderful topic today. And over to Ellen.
All right, so namaste everyone. Thank you for joining on a Saturday. So thank you so much. So shukriya to everyone for joining this session. So today I'll be teaching you on Google Sheet. Okay, so the thing about Google Sheet is because I don't want to share to you all. Of course, I can actually protect some file and also you all also can access at the same time. But sometimes Google Sheet is sensitive. So if they say I pass to someone, they can share, they can use together. So I don't want that to happen. Right, so I see. Okay, noted, Priyanshu. Okay, so now what I'm going to teach you is I'm going to teach you on Google Sheet. Okay, see, in some companies, I'm going to write here, some companies, they don't have Microsoft Excel. And why? Q. Because you see, Microsoft Excel is actually expensive. When you have a company, of course, when we are from accounting background, every company in this world, they have expenses. And expenses can be in the form of staff costs, other operating expenses. What do you mean by other operating expenses? For example, some companies, they have this office stationery. What is office stationery? You know, if you go to your office, you have this photostat machine, you have this stationery and whatnot. That is under other operating expenses. And then, of course, some companies, they have this pantry where you have this coffee, Milo, drinks and whatnot. So this is under entertainment expenses, because whenever a guest come to a company, like the CEO comes to the company, we need to give drinks, we need to give biscuits, and sometimes you have this party or whatnot that falls under entertainment. So now I'm talking about why companies, they don't have Microsoft Excel, because in every company there is a element called computer expenses. What is computer expenses? You see, computer expenses is relating to a computer. It can be the hardware. Sometimes the company, they don't own the laptop, they lease the laptop. That means one company provide a laptop, they lease. Or sometimes it could be software. That's why some companies, they use Microsoft Team, some companies, they use WebEx, some companies, they use Zoom, because it's software. Which one is cheaper, what is the packages and whatnot. And then after that, you also have like Microsoft, because those companies, when they use Microsoft, they need to pay for subscription. It could be in the form of Outlook, Word, in one package. So if just say they didn't use Microsoft Excel, they will save the cost. So that's why they use Google Sheet. Okay, Google Sheet for email, Google Drive, and whatnot. So that's why some companies, they use Google Sheet instead of Microsoft Excel. But there is a problem. Okay, what is the problem? Although Excel and Google Sheet is little bit same, but the interface is different. Okay, interface is different, the conditional formatting is different. But to give you a heads up, the similarities is the formulas. VLOOKUP, XLOOKUP, DGET or whatnot, the formulas is the same. Okay, but there will be some difference. I'll show you right now. Now what you're looking at is you're looking at part 1. So my friends, please type number 1 if you can hear me, and please type number 2 if you can see the screen, part 1. Okay, so thank you so much, Aishwarya, and thank you guys, thank you, Arun. Shukriya. Okay, so what I'm going to show to you right now is this is Google Sheets. So the Google Sheets is the interface is different, but the keyboard shortcut, some of it is the same. You see, now if they say I want to go to the bottommost data, you see, normally what a fresh, just say you are a student, you will want to go to the bottom, you'll do like this, right? So this is not an ideal way. Whether you are using Excel or Google Sheet, the fundamental rule is you must be expert in keyboard shortcut. So how to go to the bottommost? You press Control down arrow. When you press Control down arrow, automatically you will go to the bottommost data. You can actually try this in Excel. You can also try this in Google Sheet. That means when I press Control up, it goes up. When I press Control down, it goes bottommost. But why I want to go to bottommost? This is where I want to show you. You see here, when I press Control up, it goes to the uppermost data. And in the uppermost data, we have the headers like student ID, student name, nationality, universities. When I press Control down, we can't see the student name or the countries or the university. So basically, how we want to see, how to want to make sure that even though when I go down, even if I go down also, I can see the header. How to do that? Okay. Of course, some of you will know we will use freeze pane. That means we will go to view, and then we will click freeze. But in Google Sheet, the interesting part is you either can go to the view, or you select this area here, you drag it to down. So when you drag it to down, so now when I press control down, you can still see the student name and whatnot. Okay, now let me repeat again so that all of you can understand. So let me just put it back to the original. Okay, so now wait, let me just put this and drag back and put it up here. Okay, so now ladies and gentlemen, you see what is freeze pane? Maybe I need to write down so that everybody can understand. Freeze pane means, for those who don't know, basically you want to freeze the header. Why I want to freeze the header? Even though I go to other place, I go to other cells like bottom or rightmost, bottom or what, I can still see the headers. Okay, so for those, y'all know what is freeze pane, but for those who don't know, freeze pane means you can still see the header. But right now, we can't see the header. We don't know what is the header here, whether it's the student ID, student name, country, we can't see. So what we do is, we can go to view and can select freeze. Okay. Or in Google Sheet, what we can do is, we can see here, is there a gray line over here? Can you all see this gray line? Maybe can you type number 3 if you can see this? Okay, so please type number 3 if you can see the gray line. Okay, thank you guys for typing number 3. So this gray line, what you do, you need to click this and drag downwards. So when you drag downwards, you can see this is the header. So now when I press control down, you can still see this. Okay, so maybe let me show you one more time. So if just say I want the name maybe Anthony Das. Okay, so I'll just drag until Anthony Das. Okay, so maybe I'll just show you. So this thing over here. Okay, okay, so Anthony Das. Okay, so now you see here Anthony Das, Malaysia, and electrical engineering. So when I drag down, you still can see Anthony Das. Okay, my friends, do you all understand? If you all understand, please type number 4 in the chat box. So this is something that Excel doesn't have, but Google Sheet have. Okay, so there is something, because the thing is Google Sheet, although it's different, and most of the Excel users, they really hate Google Sheet because it's the interface is different and whatnot. Yes, what about columns? Okay, so we have a question from the chat box where our friend Shivani asks, how about columns? Okay, I'll show you now. So now you have student name. What if just say I want to see the data? So I select this and I drag to column B. So now when I press Control right arrow, right, you still can see the student ID, student name. So Shivani, did I answer your question? And how about others? Do you all understand? Okay, basically you can either go to view and you can do here, or you can just play around. Okay, you can just play around. Let me show you. So you just say I will remove this. Okay, when I remove this, it's back to normal, right? It's back to normal. So if just say I want to do until the universities, right? So I just select this. You must click this and then you drag until D. Okay, so now if just say I go right, I can still see the university. Okay, this is something Excel doesn't have, but Google Sheet have. Okay, Samashana. So if you Samashana or Samza, maybe can you type number 5 in the chat box? So in Hindi, Samashana means understand, or they call it Samza. So please type number 5. Yeah. Okay. So some of you know Hindi very well, but I'm learning Hindi. Okay. Even I don't know what is 1, 2, 3 in Hindi. So yeah. All right. So now let us go to the next part. Okay, so now if you look here, now we have departments. Okay, yeah, okay, okay. Now we have department, we have expenses, we have actual, we have forecast. All right, in this particular data. So now in Google Sheet is basically, if they say I want to do sort and filter. Okay, I want the, okay, thank you, Arun. Cha. All right. So now if they say I want to do filter, how you do is you go to data and then you click filter over here. Okay, so automatically this auto filter will appear where you want to sort A to Z, or where you want to sort a filter particular data, you can do that. All right, so this is how they do filtering in Google Sheet. That means you go to data and then you can just select filter, or you want to select sort the sheet, so it's up to you. All right, but now what I'm going to teach you is there is something that is only available in Google Sheet. What is that? Okay, you go to data, there's a thing called create filter view. What is create filter view? Now let me show you. When I create filter view, over here, you will notice there is a pane over here. Okay, so my friends, can you all see this? If you all can see this, maybe can you type number 6 in the chat box? Okay, all right, thank you Rahul, and thank you friends for typing number 6. So now what I want to do is, what is this filter pane, or what is this data called filter view? What's the purpose, right? So now let me show you. So I'm going to click save view, and once I click save view, just say I put here, okay, maybe I put here salaries, okay, salaries, and I press save. So what I do is I click this and I only filter. Okay, wait, I'll click this. I clear all and I only select salaries and I drag down and I press OK. So that only salaries appear. And then this is how I do it. So basically this selection is for salaries. Okay, maybe I click another one. So let me close this. Okay, so go to data and create another filter view. Okay, so this filter view, this time I want to know entertainment. So I'll put here, clear here, and I only select entertainment. So clear, select entertainment, and then I bring down, I press OK. So here we have entertainment. So I save view and I put here entertainment. Okay, and then I press save. Okay, then if just say I close back, it goes back to normal. So now if just say I go to data, okay, and then here is there's a filter view and whatnot. So if just say, if you remember just now, I have created a filter view for salaries and entertainment, right? So when I click here entertainment, it will show me entertainment. And if just say I want to know the salaries, I click here salaries, it shows me the salaries. And then if just say I click here, I want to exit view, I click here exit view. All right. So my friends, do you all understand? Can you type number 7 if you understand? Okay, so 6 is chair. So I don't know what is 7, but yeah, you can just type 7. All right. Okay, so now I'll repeat again. 7 is sad. Okay. Ikdo cha 7 is sad. Okay. That's interesting. Okay, so now I'll repeat again. So for those of you, remove filter, and then here also what I'll do is all the view. This one also I'll just try to remove again. So I want to make sure that everybody understands. So this one I can delete view. And I do the same. I go to data, salaries also. I delete the view. Okay, just to show you again. Okay, maybe I'll do this. Okay, so now the thing is, in Google Sheet, we have one thing called as filter view. Okay, so just say I click create filter view. So they will ask me which one I want to filter. Maybe I only want to know the CEO office. So I click here, I clear. I only want the CEO office. So I click CEO office. I drag down. I press OK. So now we have CEO office. I save view and I write here CEO. Okay, and enter. So you have CEO office. Next, I go what? I click the data again, filter view. So this filter view, this time I want to know maybe another department. What department? Okay, maybe about accounting. Okay, so clear and I put accounting only. Okay, accounting, finance, and tax. I press OK, and then okay, maybe wait, just clear filter, select accounting, and then press OK. Okay, maybe because this one is until D17, maybe I'll change what? Maybe until D100. Okay, so click this and remove the clear filter, select accounting, and okay. So now you have accounting only. And then I save view and I put here accounting. Okay, accounting, finance, okay, and save. So now the thing is, if just say I go to data, I click here change view. I want to know CEO. So I click CEO. It shows me CEO. I go to data. I want to know accounting. I click accounting. So here you have the accounting. But if just say your managers want to know the everything, okay? So you go to data and then you go here and then you click exit view. So this is how it works. Okay, these things is not available in Excel. You mean like the filter view and whatnot. Of course, you can use macro in Excel to enable it, but this is what enable available in actually the Google Sheet. Okay, so my friends, do you all understand? If you all understand, maybe can you type number 9 in the chat box? Okay, from 7 I go to 9. That's great. Okay, so now we roughly understand. We know what is the okay. Now is 9. Okay, thank you, Arun. So basically, this is Google Sheet. We can sort, we can filter, and whatnot. And not only that, for those who just attend today's class, of course, in Google Sheet, you can actually insert images. For example, over here, okay, see here, in this data, we have department, expenses, actual, and forecast. Normally, who will use this data? Do engineers use this data? Do architects use this data? Normally, people from accounting, finance, even data analysts, they use this data. Why data analysts use this data? You see the word here, the word is data analyst. What is data analyst? People who analyze data. You see here, some companies, like I told you, every company in this world, they have expenses. Why they have expenses? Because they need to pay salary, they need to pay for training, entertainment, staff traveling. So as an accountant or data analyst, we need to analyze between actual and forecast. Okay, why companies they need to have forecast? Because forecast is about future. So useful for future planning. Why they need to know future planning? Because in every company, they need to pay staff costs. Staff cost is a fixed expenses because every month, whether got COVID or no COVID, work from home or work from office, work in office, they still need to pay salary. So salary is fixed. So that is why companies they need to have budget forecast, and that's why sometimes you see news that companies lay off and whatnot. How they can make a decision to lay off? Because they understand that in future the company may not have capital or sufficient cash to pay for the staff expenses. So this is under data analyst. But right now, we are not talking about data analyst. We are not talking about finance. We are talking about Google Sheet. So in Google Sheet, what we can do is we can insert image, just like how you insert image in Excel. So you go to insert and then, okay, this one data is actually fake data actually. Okay, thanks for your question, Aishwarya. Basically, this is a fake data actually, Aishwarya. Okay, because I never choose properly, I never edit properly, I just put randomly salaries every time. Okay, this is just a fake data, Aishwarya. Okay, so now my question is, what I'm going to do next is I want to show you how we can actually insert image. So we click here, we put here insert an image in cell. So you might be wondering what image I'm going to put. So I'm going to put here image, maybe I put here maybe green arrow up. Okay, green arrow up, and then after that I'll select any image. As you can see, of course it's loading, depends on internet connection. I select this, and then what I do is I press insert. Okay, I press insert so that it will show me the green color round, and then I go here insert image in cell again. So here I'll choose red arrow down. Okay, for those who attend last Wednesday, last Sunday, you already know what I'm going to do. So for those who attend this class, don't worry, I'm going to guide you. So I'm going to select this image and I'm going to press insert. So here we have up arrow, down arrow. So in Google Sheet also, we have the if formula. If, so normally data analysts, what they do is they will compare the forecast and actual. So if the forecast is greater than the actual, then the company is actually underspent. Underspent means it should be green color. Otherwise, it should be overspent. Okay, so overspent and then close bracket, there you go. So the keyboard shortcut, what I can do is left arrow, control down, right arrow, control shift up, control D. So there you go. So now you see this is the performance. So whatever performance which is lower span or whatnot, which is overspent, which is red color. Underspent is green color. Okay, so this is something that Google Sheet can do, you can do and whatnot. So later we'll cover this in detail. All right, so what you have learned, you have learned free spin, you have learned how to sort and whatnot. Okay, so now let us go to the main topic. What we are learning today is VLOOKUP. Last weekend I've already covered VLOOKUP, but this one I'm going to show you how we can actually create a dynamic VLOOKUP chart. Okay, let's get started. If you see here, we have scenario, we have best case, normal case, and worst case. Here we have worst case. So I don't want it to be like this. What I want to do is I want to create a data validation. So I go to data and I click data validation. Data validation is like the drop down. So I go here, I click add role, and then I put the cell. So this one, instead of drop down, I choose drop down from range. Okay, drop down from range. So maybe audience, can you type alphabet C in the chat box? C for Chennai Super Kings. If you can see drop down from range. Okay. So yeah. So drop down for why? Drop down from range because I want to actually highlight this data. That means I want to select this best case and so on. So I highlight all this and then I press OK. So I press OK. So now if you notice over here, here we'll have other things. An interesting part is something that is not available in Excel, but available in Google Sheet is you can change the coloring. If multiple people update the same cell, how it's going to behave in Google Sheet? All right, this one, if multiple people update Sudam, this is where you can actually do the protecting. Okay, protect sheet and range. Okay, so if multiple using Sudam, while multiple using means you can click protect sheet and range so that only selected people can access to the cell. So Sudha, did I answer your question? Maybe you can say yes or no. Okay. So if multiple are using, you can actually click this product sheet and range, so that only selected people can access. All right. So now again, I repeat. So what is so significant of this data validation in Google Sheet? Basically, you can change color. Something that doesn't have in Excel. Okay. Maybe I'll put this. Okay. This one I'll put pink color. All right. So let's let me change. Okay. So this one is pink color. Okay. Maybe the one dark green because best case. Normal case, I put yellowish, and worst case, I put red color. Okay, so now if you see, there are so many colors. This is something not available in Excel, but it is available in Google Sheet. In Excel, you can do, but you need some VBA so that it can create a beautiful data validation. So when I click data validation, it shows data validation. So maybe let me zoom, expand. So when I click this normal case, it becomes normal case, and worst case, it becomes worst case. All right, so now what we are going to do is we are going to do VLOOKUP. If you want to use XLOOKUP, you can. So VL search key. So I'm going to click this, comma, range. So I'm going to highlight all this. Okay. And then wait, let me highlight all this, comma, and then let me highlight all this and enter. Okay. So wait, let me just put this again. Oh, sorry, this is XLOOKUP. Okay, sorry. I'm going to put this. Wait, let me just do it again. VLOOKUP is highlight all this. Okay, wait, this one is, wait, let me show you again, equal VL. Okay, so this is your lookup value. And then your range is this data over here. And then after that, you can press F4 if you want, number 2. And then after that, you press 0. Can we use formulas, the range for data? Yes, can. For data, yes, you can use formulas. That means like offset and whatnot. Depends. Yeah, you can actually use formulas, Rahul. Okay, offset and so on. Yes, unique values and whatnot. But the good news is, even if just say, okay, Rahul's question is, what if just say he wants a unique data? Okay, I'll show you here, Rahul. Over here, maybe I'll go to part 2. Okay, let me go to part 2. You see here, Rahul, here we have multiple salaries, right? So if just say I go here, maybe I press this done. I'll press add rule. Okay, and then for this F2 drop down list is from range, and then I select this. So it will ask me where. I press Control Shift down, and then I press enter. So here, Rahul, you see here, you only have salaries one time, not appear multiple times, Rahul. Okay, so if you want unique values, it's over here. The thing about Google Sheet is they will recognize the what is the unique criteria. So Rahul, did I answer your question? So meaning to say here, you only have one salary and one consulting and whatnot. Okay, so he said yes, but never mind. Let me go to the topics. I'm going to press alternate down. Okay, yes, okay by default unit. Yes, yes. Which is an ideal approach while applying VLOOKUP or full column or data set? Okay, you see, okay, what full column, that means, can I know it's like selecting A and B? Is it what do you mean? That means like VL, I select this, and then, okay, so his question is selecting A and B. Okay, this one actually, Mohin, you see, when I select A and B, I don't need to press F4. I don't need to press lock or F4. I don't have to, because the data, any data that appear downwards will automatically recognize. But if just say I'm selecting the range, VLOOKUP here, and then if I select this, I need to press F4. Why? Because if just say there's multiple VLOOKUP and whatnot, so that this data will be locked. This area will be locked. Okay, so did I answer your question, Mohit? So this one, what ideal? It depends on you. You want to highlight column can, or you want to highlight the range can. But if you highlight the range, make sure you lock. Okay, so like this one, you don't have to lock unless your data is on the other side. Then maybe you need to lock and whatnot. Okay, so yeah, so this is column number 2, and I'm going to press it false. False means you can type 0 and then enter. Okay, so here worst case, let me just change this data. So if they say I put here normal case, okay, wait, let me just change the data to format and then to number. So baby number. Okay, but now it doesn't change. I'll just put here VLOOKUP, this area, range. Okay, so I press here F4 and then I put here 2 and I put here 0. Okay, so this one I go to data and sorry, format, and I choose percentage. Okay, so if just say I choose here best case, it will become 80%. And then if just say I choose here worst case, it will change. But this is not what my intention. My intention is I want to show you a dynamic presentation. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put here equal 25%, and I'm going to put here equal 1 minus 25%. Okay, so that means if I change here best case, it will be automated. When I click here normal case, it will be automated. But what I'm going to do right now is I want to highlight all these. I go to insert, I click chart. Okay, so automatically here you'll have here a chart. So I'll draw a chart over here, and what I'm going to do is I want to put it over here. So now if just say I click this, I put here normal case. So normal, sorry, I put here best case. So best case, it will change automatically. And then if just say I put here worst case, it will change automatically. So this is how you can do. So let me just remove this. So let me click on the chart and let me do some adjustment. Okay, so this chart, what you can do, you can click this, you can edit the chart, and then over here will appear. So just say you accidentally close this. Okay, when we accidentally close this, don't worry, how to do it is, here we select this, here there's a 3 dotted line, we click this and we click edit chart, and then over here we can do, and then we can customize. We can actually put the chart title or whatnot. So chart title you can put here. Okay, what is the chart title? So maybe this is the performance. Okay, and then you can actually put, so here you have a performance. So but in Excel, the good thing is you can make a dynamic chart, but Google Sheet doesn't give any accessibility. So nevertheless, what you can do is when you click best case, it will show you this data, and when you show normal case, it will show you this data. Okay, this thing actually is still applicable in Excel as well, but only thing is in Excel we don't have this coloring, and in Excel we can change the title according to the presentation. So my friends, did you learn something new? Maybe can you type alphabet P, P for Punjab, if you learn something new? All right, thank you guys for typing P. So now I'm going to go to the next part where I'm going to teach you on DGET and so on. So this is actually dynamic chart and so on. All right, so here we have a multiple data. So now what I'm going to cover is I want to actually show you all basically some presentation. So what I'm going to do is this data over here, I want to get a drop down list. So I go to data and then I click on data validation, and then over here I'm going to press add rule. So what I want to do for data validation, drop down for what? For all these over here. So I'm going to click here, drop down from range. I select this and I want to highlight all this and press enter. Okay, so the coloring is up to you. You want to change iPhone to dark green, you want to change this to different color, up to you. So I'm not going to focus on the coloring and whatnot. So you click this, anything, it will change us. Okay, so now what I want to do is I want to create a DGET formula. So equal DGET. Okay, DGET, wait, let me, for DGET, what I need to do is right click, insert row above. Okay, because DGET is a bit sensitive. So let me just copy this and paste. Okay, so maybe I put here data. Copy this and paste it over here. All right, so now we have this data. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put here equal DGET. DGET is something similar to your index match. Okay, so DGET is database, D for database. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to press tab. So database is you highlight all these. Okay, you can press Control A so can, or you want to, okay, the Control A doesn't work. What I can do is maybe I'll just press Control Shift down, Control Shift right, so that it highlights this entire data. And I want to press lock. And then what is the field? So field, I'm going to select January. I'm not going to lock this. And then criteria, I want to select these two. Okay, these two as the criteria, and I want to press F4. Okay, so that now it shows us 679462. And then what I'm going to do is I want to drag down. Okay, so Control R doesn't work. So what I can do is maybe I can copy this and Control V. So now you have this data over here. So until 550. So just say I change to iPhone, so it will change. And then if just say I change to others, it will change. And if just say I want total, it will change. Okay, so maybe let me repeat again so that everybody can understand. Okay, so let me just repeat. Okay, what I did is I put a data cell over here. So I will go to data and I click data validation. Why I click data validation? Because I want the drop the list. Okay, yes, no problem. I will explain the criteria. Okay, so I go to data validation, I go to add rule. So drop down, not this drop down, is basically drop down from range. And then this is the range. So I select iPhone up to total. And then this is the data. So coloring is up to you. You want to change any color, so can. So I'll just close this. Okay, so now our friend Aishwarya, she wants to know about criteria. Equal DGET. DGET is actually similar to your index match. Okay, similar. So database, what is database? Database is highlighting the entire table. Like how we look up table array, we highlight the entire table. Same thing, data DGET, the database means highlighting the entire table. So this is our entire table. We highlight and I press F4 so that I log. What is field? Field refers to your header. Like you see here, the header is January, February, March. So I want to, the field means is the header. Okay. What is criteria? Like our friend Aishwarya asks. Criteria means, you see, what criteria I want to know. So I have to select this data and also this data below. Like you see, when it comes to VLOOKUP, XLOOKUP, even index match, we don't have to select the data. We don't have to highlight. But DGET, we have to select. Okay, we have to select. So I press F4 and then yes. Yes, this C4 I won't lock because it will carry forward. Okay, but don't worry. Let me show you. So if just say Aishwarya, I click Apple Watch, it will change 3-2. So if just say I select iPhone, it will change. Okay, that means what is that Aishwarya? Equal DGET. So DGET, database get. So database means you highlight all this. Okay, this is your database. What is your field? Field is your header. So I select this. This is my header. Okay, so Shivani asks, I'm not locking this. Why? Because later I want to drag so that it will show the February and whatnot. So what is criteria? Criteria is this area over here. Like in VLOOKUP, XLOOKUP, we have lookup value, right? So criteria is your lookup value. But the difference is we must highlight the first header and also the value over here. Okay, because why we must select the data? Because DGET, they recognize what is the first cell. The first cell is data. So we must select the data and also the subsequent data that we want. Okay, do you understand, Aishwarya? How about others? Are you trying to understand or is it confusing or whatnot? Okay, so can you type in the chat box if you really understand? No worries, I'm not going to scold you. So you can actually let me know if you really understand or whatnot. Okay, so Rahul say yes. How about Aishwarya and Priyanshu? Okay, Mohit say yes. Shivani say yes. How about others? Okay, yes. Okay, then how about Purnima, Sonam? Yeah. So they are saying yes. So I presume yes. Don't worry. Okay, so when I click others and so on. Okay. How can we show total of months iPhone in DGET? Okay, actually total of months over here, you see here, you can actually put the January over here. Okay, you put the January, you can actually drag it over here. You can do like this also, meaning to say equal DGET, okay, DGET, database, always remember, database means what? Highlighting the entire table, like how table array and whatnot. That is the database. What is field? Field is your header, okay, field is your header. And then after that, criteria is, you just select this. Okay, so like this is how you can do, and then you can copy this and Control V. So the question in the chat box is, by Sampath, how can we show total of months? Total for months, DGET. DGET basically like match, like how index match, VLOOKUP, DGET can match. So if we want to show all the months, total months, that means we can try sum if or total. Okay, did I answer your question, Sampath? Maybe can you clarify your question? How we can show total of months means we can use equal sum all or whatnot. Okay, maybe you can clarify the question or whatnot. So if just say I click here Apple Watch, it will change. When I click here others, it will change. When I click here total, it will change. But this is not my intention. My intention is, I'll just show you. I'll just go to insert and then I click here chart. Okay. So I click here chart. So automatically it will show me the chart. But this is not the chart I want. I can go to customize. Okay, wait, setup. And I can go here, switch row column. So here we have this data and then the x-axis. What is the x-axis? So x-axis, I select. Let me just select this January up to here. So here we have this data. Okay, but of course it's not in the proper format. What we can do is we can actually, wait, sorry. Let me just, okay, so it starts with February, is it? Okay, wait, let me just arrange for a while. Okay, I understand. So what I can do is I can delete this, remove x-axis. Okay, so select from this data and until the end. Okay, there you go. So this is what we can do. So if just say I select here iPhone, so you'll see some changes. And if I just say I select MacBook, so you'll see some changes. So this is my intention. So basically, you can actually create a dynamic chart. Okay, meaning to say, if just say I click here others, it will change. But some of you will ask me, Ellen, how can I put the data label? Okay, data label means you click this chart, you click these three dotted lines, you click edit chart. Okay, once you click edit chart, you have to scroll to the customize, and then you can actually go to these grid lines and so on. And then over here, wait, let me just show you. Okay, it's not over here, so not here. Wait, let me show you. Where is it? Okay, series, and yes, data labels. So like you can see over here, and then the value, you can actually put the value, and then position is outside and this is how it goes. So now you just see I change this. Let me just change this format and number, and also maybe I change to, wait, so format, number, and also to maybe accounting. Okay, so there you go. So my friends, so if just say I click here iPhone, it will show me the performance of iPhone. Okay, so let me just widen the chart. And then if just say you don't want the grid lines, you can click this, edit, and then you can go to customize, and then you go to the grid line, and then up to you, which one you want to choose. So you want to off, okay, so you can off this, you can off this, so that it doesn't have, or you can also show something, meaning to say you go to the series, and then you can actually do your data and whatnot. So you want to choose color, up to you. So whatever colors you want, you can choose. Okay, so series and so on. So I'll just put this. Okay, so line color. So you can change colors. Okay, it's up to you. All right. So this is the capacity. Wait, let me just show you. Okay, so my friends, do you all understand? So basically what we are learning today is we can actually try to create a dynamic presentation in Google Sheet. That means if just say I click here Apple Watch, it shows me Apple Watch. If just say I click here others, it shows me others. So my friends, do you all understand? Meanwhile, Sampath, did I answer your question? How we can show total months? Maybe you can use like this, Sampath. Maybe you can put total. That means let me just close this. Okay, so if just say you want total Sampath, total for the entire month is basically equal sum if and whatnot. Okay, so just say I put here sum if. So the criteria is, so if just say the range, I'll just select the range. Okay, so this is the criteria. Or maybe what I can do is, okay, so I'll just select all this, and then I press comma. So criteria, so this is not a range, sorry, my bad. So I'll select all this range, criteria, I select over here. Okay, and then sum range, I select this. So this is for total months. Of course, there's no value over here, but then if I put here equal sum and I select all this, okay, so I can press Control Enter. Okay, so Control Enter will autofill. So now if just say I click this, so this will be your total Sampath. Okay, meanwhile, others, do you all understand? Or do you want me to repeat? Maybe you can type number 1 if you understand, or you can type number 2 if you want me to repeat. Okay, so Sampath say got it. How about others? Okay, Purnima wants me to repeat. No worries, I can actually guide you. Okay, so no worries. Okay, so I use equal. I put here DGET. So DGET is basically how we can match the data. So let me highlight all this. Okay, so I will highlight this entire database. Field, always remember database highlight other table. Field is we highlight the header. Okay, and then after that criteria is like how your X lookup, V lookup, you have the lookup value. Criteria, you highlight these two. But the difference is here we must highlight the first cell. So we highlight this and select this and press F4. Okay. So our friend Shivani, she asked earlier why I never log this, because I want to put relative reference. That means when I drag, it will capture the subsequent months. So I just do what? Okay, sorry, I need to copy and then Control V. Okay, so now I have this data, right? Then what I do is I select all this, I press Control A so that it selects this data. I go to Insert, I click Chart. Okay, so once I click Chart, now you have this chart. So of course, this one you can rename later. That means you go to Customize, you can rename this. Maybe this one is Monthly Performance. Okay, so how to actually put the data label? How to put data label is, if you see here, there is a thing called series. So my friends, can you type number 3 in the chat box if you can see series? Okay, so how to put data label? Meaning to say you go to series and then you go to data label. So automatically here you have the data label. Again, I repeat, so that for most of you, if you want to understand. So if just say you accidentally close, what you need to do is you go click the chart, you click the three dotted lines, you go to edit, and then after that, you go to customize, and then after that, you go to series, and then after that, you put data label. Okay, so Aishwarya and Purnima, do you understand? You can type yes if you understand. Okay, Rahul asks me, so if we have a formula in third cell, do we need to select the first three criteria? Okay, so he wants the third cell. Okay, that's the problem with DGET formula. The DGET formula is not something like index match. Index match, if just say I have the third criteria, fourth criteria, fifth criteria, I can go on. But DGET is only applicable for your second data only. Okay, Rahul, did I answer your question? For your third cell, DGET cannot appear. Do you get it, Rahul? Okay, how about Aishwarya? Do you understand how to create a dynamic chart? Don't worry, you can just type no or yes or not really or what not, or even Priyanshu. Okay, Priyanshu, do you understand? How about Sonam, Shruti, Shivani? Okay, so they say yes. So I presume, don't worry, you can actually keep asking me. So it's my job to actually educate you all. So if you want to remove the grid lines, you can click this and you can press delete, up to you. So you can't delete here means, now mind, you can actually remove captioning. You remove over here. So that is already removed. Okay, so this is what we learned today. So today what we learned is basically we know that in this Google Sheet, although Google Sheet is in different universe, what we learn is today we learn about freeze. That means in Google Sheet, for example, I can actually go to this view and click freeze. Or what I can do is just say I go to part 3, just say I want to freeze the header. You must select this gray color line and then you drag over here. So automatically, if you go down, you can still see the header. But if just say like our friend Shivani asks, can we actually go to, put for freeze column? So I select this and put it over here. So if just say I go to the right, still we can see the name. Okay, so this is what we learn firstly. What we learn second? Second, what we learn is we learn that we can also create a drop down list. Okay, so just say basically like this over here, we can create a drop down list using the unique. And also what we learn is we learn about sort and filter. If you remember, we go to just say data and then we create filter, and filter view also we learn. Filter view means like certain filter. For example, over here, let me go to part 4. Just say I want to know IT department. So I select all these. I go to data. I click filter view. So here what I want is I only want IT department. So clear. I put here IT. I select this. And then I scroll down. I press OK. So only IT will appear. And then this one I do what? I save view. So I put here IT department. Okay, so this is IT department. Then I can press X, and then what I can do is I go to data, create filter view again, and this time I want to know about computer expenses only. So I click this, I put here clear, and I want computer. I select this, and then I press OK. So now you have computer. I press save view. So this time I put computer, and I press enter. Okay, so now if just say I press X, so if just say your manager wants to know about IT department, so you go to data and you select IT department. So this is IT. And just say your manager wants to know about computer. So you go to data, change view, and you select computer. There you go. So my friends, do you learn something? Maybe you can type number 1 in the chat box if you learn something. So this is what I taught y'all earlier. Okay. Can we give multiple? Okay, the question is in the chat box, can we give multiple filters? Yes, Sampath, yes. That means, let me just press X. Okay, let me just go to data. So I don't know why we have this hidden filter. So hidden filter, I don't want. So just remove. Okay, but never mind. Let me go to data. So sample question is, can we have multiple? Yes, we can have multiple. That means we create filter. Just say I want what department? CFO, CEO office. Okay, I clear CEO office. Okay, maybe what happened is AK1. Is it CEO office? Oh no, that's top management. Okay, so this one has only top management. So click here, top management. I scroll down, I press OK. So this is top management. Just say I only want to know training. So I click here, clear, and I put here training. Okay, click this, and then I press OK. So our friend Sampath, he wants to know what if just say we have these two. So I put here safe view, I put here CEO training. Okay. And then after that, yes, you press save. So now if just say I close this Sampath, so I go to data. So just say I want to know about computer. So here you have computer. Okay. TK. And then you go to data, just say you want to know multiple like CEO training. Ding, ding, ding. There you go. So, Sampath, did I answer your question? You can type yes, you can type G, or you can type no, or whatnot. So, you can do multiple data as well. Okay. Okay. So, you say got it. So, yeah. All right. So, you say yes. Okay. But also, you can actually multiple sort as well. That means now what I do is I press Control A, I go to data, and then this is the data. So, what I can do is change view, CEO. Wait, let me just create filter. So this is the data. So wait, let me just change this. Maybe I'll go to other part. Go to part 5. Okay, no, part 3 maybe. Okay, so this one, what I do is I just bring this to up. This one also I bring this to the left. And then this one go to data, create filter. And then, yeah, so this one, what we can do is we can actually, wait, let me just put here advanced range sorting. Okay. So what you can do is you can also like for Sampath's question is what if just say we want to do multiple sort, right? So like here what we can do is just say I want to sort the employee ID and followed by employee ID, and maybe what we can do this. Okay, we can do better. Department we sort followed by employee ID. Okay, or maybe first name. Okay, again I repeat. I'll put in the chat box. I want to sort the department A to Z, and then I also want to sort first name A to Z. Okay, let's do this together. Okay, hold on, Shivani. I'll answer your question in a while. Okay, yes, filter view and board will be there, Shivani. Okay, so just give me a moment. So just say I want to sort. So the sort is maybe this one data has header. So I sort the department A to Z, and then I sort the first name. Okay, and then I press sort. So now if you see here, finance, we start with Ananya, and then human resource, we start with Amir, and then after that, when I scroll down, information, we start with Aishwarya. But this is not Aishwarya Borakar, this is Aishwarya Gupta. So different Aishwarya. So my friends, do you understand? So Shivani, did I answer your question? Filter and filter view are both there. Yes, it is actually both them. Why both there is because Shivani, this is normal filter. This is filter view. What view you want to see? Whether you want to see IT expenses only, or you want to see the CEO training only. So depends on that. So Shivani, did I answer your question? Okay, yes. Okay, so this is what we learned. So now I'll go back to the sheet. What we learned today? What we learned today is number one is we learn about freeze, which is something unique in Google Sheet. Number two is sort and filter in Google Sheet. Number three is we also learn about data validation drop down list. Okay, drop down list in Google Sheet. Okay, today's class is more to Google Sheet. Okay, what we learn in Google Sheet today. Okay. Last week class, what we learned in last week class is we learned about VLOOKUP in Google Sheet, but the one I'll cover in a while, don't worry. And then after that, number 4 is we also learn about VLOOKUP, and then the charts, the dynamic chart, DGET formula, and also the chart. This one is pie chart. This one is column chart. Okay. We will also cover, like for example, this part. Like you see here we have Malaysia, India, and Australia, right? So if you remember just now, what I did is how I create data validation. I go to data, I go to data validation. And then after that, add rule. So this one is drop down from range. Okay, then this range here, I select these 3 countries. And then I press enter. And then, so you can select any country. And then the interesting part is we can also do VLOOKUP based on image. That means equal. Okay, maybe if just say I don't want VLOOKUP, I want X lookup. So the search key, lookup array, I highlight all this. And then return array, I highlight all this. Then close bracket and enter. Okay, so this is India, Bharat. And then if just say I'm from Malaysia, so this is Malaysia. And if you want Australia, here you have Australia. So Samashana, my friends, if you understand, maybe you can type yes. If you don't understand, please type no, don't worry. I won't scold you. I can guide you again. Okay, so I see they are saying yes. Yeah, they say yes. Okay. So yeah, there are many things you can do, VLOOKUP and so on. So like this one we did, just say I click this India, you change to Bharat, and then this is what we learned just now. This all about this data over here. Yep, we can learn all this. So we learn about column chart, and we can also learn about VLOOKUP. Sorry, just now we use XLOOKUP feature. Okay, this is what we learned. Okay, this is what we learned today. Last week, what I taught them was conditional formatting. Okay, that was last week Sunday. Last Wednesday, what I thought was preparing a template. I think the calendar template, if you all remember, so if you all remember, we created a calendar template. For example, over here, just say I put here January. Okay, January, and then what I do is I drag until December. Okay, so this is September. Another 3 months will be December. So this one I put here 2020 equal plus 1. This is last Wednesday class. Okay, so I click this. So if you remember last Wednesday class, what I did was I go here. Maybe I'll just go here, somewhere here. Okay, and yeah, I'll just show you all. So data validation, and then add role. So what I did was, wait, let me just move this place. That drop down from range, and I select January up to sorry, this one. Select January up to year. Yes, click this. So now if you see, we have all the months. Okay, so let me if multiple people want to work at the same sheet, so if multiple people wants to work on the same sheet, that time only we use Google Sheet. If multiple people wants to work on the same sheet, that means what do you mean? I don't really understand. That means we use Google Sheet. I mean, even Excel also, we can allow multiple people to use Excel. Like if you have Excel in OneDrive, then multiple people can use the Excel in OneDrive. And there is also another feature that can allows you to use, even though if you never save in OneDrive, you just say you put in your desktop in OneNote, there is actually a filter. That's an icon actually. So, but Google Sheet, yes, will show you the active people. Even in OneDrive also, if you put your Excel in OneDrive, yes, it will show you who is using and whatnot. Okay, so Shivani, did I answer your question? Okay, she said okay. So, but this one was what I taught y'all last Wednesday, if you remember. Meaning to say, wait, let me show you. I press add rule, drop down range, this data, I select this and I press enter. So this was what I taught y'all last Wednesday. So this one I use date. If you remember date, we have the 3 argument. First argument, the month February is actually in words, text. So we need to put month, and then we need to select this month and 1 so that it can convert into 1 and then comma 1. So now we have like February, right? Okay, but the thing is this is a American date. So how to change an American date to a UK date or India date? You go to file, you go to settings. Okay, you go to settings. So the local is United States, right? So you change to either UK or India so can. Okay, so you have multiple here. Yes, India you have multiple, but unfortunately they don't have Malaysia. But never mind, I'll just put India. So India, and then I press save and reload. So it will change. Okay, so now if you see, this is the correct format. Okay, so now if just say I put here March, so it changes. Okay, wait, let me change again. Let me just put this. Okay, so March 1 and this thing. Okay, never mind. I'll just do it again. Equal EOM, and then not sorry, date. Okay, so this is the year, and then I put here month and 1 and then plus 1. Okay, so there's an error. Okay, okay, never mind. This is I understand why. Never mind. Let me instead of India, maybe let me put US. Settings, and I'll put here UK. Okay, so this one I need to investigate. I press save. Okay, so there you go. Okay, wait, let me just change this. This one there's an issue, so we don't have much one. Okay, but maybe what I can do is just give me a moment. Okay, so let me just change this. And let me just press this, and of course it doesn't works. Okay, so this one, what I need to do, if I press N1, by right should work. Okay, so it works. But here it doesn't work. Okay, so why? All right, so never mind. Let me try again. Let me see what's the issue. and just put year. Okay, never mind. Doesn't work here. Equal date and month, and I press N1, and I press year 1 and close bracket. Okay, but doesn't work here. It's okay. Never mind. I can figure it out. So what we can do is, instead of waiting here, maybe we put it over here. Okay, we put this data, finish. Okay, so now you just say I change to just say June. Okay, it works. And then if just say I put September, it works. Okay, don't worry. Maybe we can just ignore that. Then what I do is equal EOM. Start date, I put here, put 0. Okay, so this was what we did last Wednesday. If you remember, you just say I put here February, it will change accordingly. And if just say I put here 2024, so we have a leap year. Okay, and also I got show all the data. If you remember, I put here equal, I select this data, and then I put here equal. If if just say this data is before the last day of the month, I log this, and then I press here this data plus 1, otherwise apostrophe. So this was what I did last Wednesday. And then this one I put here text, comma, d, and close bracket. So this one I'm going to copy this and paste over here. Of course, I copy this. Then after that, what I'm going to do is paste. So of course, we have all this data, but don't worry. Let me just show you some magic. Okay, so I'm going to press right click and insert to the right. Okay, so now we have this data, and also wait, let me just expand again. Okay, so right click and insert to the right. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy this and paste. Okay, so the last day of February for this year is 29 February, right? So now if just say I put here March. So if you see here, March, the last day is 31st. If just say I put here June we have 30 days. So if just say I change here, June we have 30 days. So this was what I taught you all last Wednesday. Okay, I think the recorded session will have. So this is what I taught you all. Of course, I know I'm going too fast, but yes, this is what I told you on last Wednesday. If you remember, I also put the OR formula, meaning to say I go to format, conditional formatting. Okay, so what I did was conditional formatting for, so wait, let me just change this. Okay, so not this area, maybe something like this. Okay, this area, and then custom formula. Then I put equal or, okay, or, and then after that, if just say M7, M, I log the row 7, okay, equals to Saturday. Okay, and then after that, sorry, and then M7, I put here 7 equals to Sunday. Okay, so Sunday. Okay, so let me just, this one is not M6, this one is basically M6 to M12. Okay, so I put this, and then wait, let me see why I got Sunday not working. All right, so is there Sunday? No, man, let me just check later. So I'll just change this. Okay, so this one, is this the formula? Because maybe is it because of M? No, this is not M. No, mind. Let me change this. So if just say I put here March, you'll see there's some changes, but no mind. Let me just re-edit again because there's some issues and whatnot. Okay, I click another rule. Wait, let me just remove this. Just give me a moment. Okay, so let me just close this, and I'm going to select all these. Wait, let me just click this, and let me just select all this. Okay, and press OK. So M6 to M11, and then I'm going to put here custom formula. Okay, I'm going to put here equal or, okay, well, maybe I will do what? Maybe I'll just put copy and paste over here. Okay, so this one, let me press done. It doesn't work, so never mind. Let me close this. Let me close this. Equal or, and then if just say this data is equals to Saturday. And then if just say this data equals to Sunday. Okay, so this one I'm going to copy and I'm going to paste it over here. So of course they have true and false. So this one I want to copy all this, copy this, highlight all this data, add rule, So this is the range I want to do. Custom formula, and I want to paste. So this one I put apostrophe, and this one also I'll change. I lock at row this thing, and I said okay, and then I press done. So by right it should work, but never mind. It's okay. Now I understand why. Okay, I understand. It works. Okay, never mind. Let me just close this. Okay, what I'll do is I'll highlight all this. Okay, so go to format, conditional formatting, and let me remove this. Add new rule. This data. Okay, so custom formula. There you go. Okay, so I put here the lock, and I put here lock. Okay, there you go. So bingo, and there you go. So there's a change. So this was what I taught you all last Wednesday. Meaning to say, if just say I remove this, I put February. So February, you will see that it has changed automatically. And then if just say I put here January, it will change. If just say I put here 2021, it will change. Okay, so this was what I taught you all last Wednesday. So meaning to say last Wednesday was we prepare a calendar. Last weekend was conditional formatting. Today is we learn this thing. So tomorrow we will learn is pivot table. Pivot table in Google Sheet. And then at night we will try to learn on query and other formulas. Okay. But now I'm going to give us homework. Okay. The homework is very simple homework. If you are free, you can do this homework. The homework is Google BW query. Of course, some of you, if you all use Excel, you all know is Power Query. In Google Sheet, they have query formula. That means they have query formula. Okay, in Google Sheet, they have the query formula. So what is query? Query basically it is a vehicle or like a connection that connects the current Excel file or the current Google Sheet file to other file. Okay, my friends, are you with me? So maybe you can type number one in the chat box if you are with me. So I hope this class is not boring. So maybe you can type number one if you are with me. Okay, thank you guys for being there. All right, so the thing is, if you are free, okay, this is not a compulsory homework. If you are free, you have the time. Of course, all of us, we are committed with certain things. So if you are free, you can Google these three words: BW query, Power Query, query in Google Sheet. Okay, what is query? Query is like a vehicle. Like if just say I want to go from Mumbai to just say Delhi. Okay, so I can actually use vehicle. It can be the aeroplane, it could be the car, or it could be anything, right? I can also use the train as well. So the same thing is Power Query is like a vehicle, but it's not like transport you from one place to another place. It connects the current Excel file to other file. So you can actually Google what is BW query. So BW query is something to do with SAP. Of course, if you work in some companies, they have the SAP software. So what BW query do? So you can Google this, and up to you. You want to write this in LinkedIn, and you want to post in LinkedIn, and then of course you can share to the WhatsApp group, and also help you. Yep. All right. So yeah, I think my job done. Now I'll pass to the Arunji, and also Prem Sai. But if you guys have any questions, don't worry. You can ask me. You can actually torture me by asking questions, and if I can help you, I will help you. So yeah, anyone with any questions? How about Aishwarya, Priyanshu, Shivani? Any questions? Mohit? Okay, so they say no.
Nothing from my end, Arun. Sorry, Ellen. Thank you.
Oh yeah. So yeah. So Mohit, I hope get well soon. So yeah, and yeah.
Thank
Prem,
you, Ellen.
over to you. Prem Sai, Arun Bhai. Oh yeah, I need to share this file, right? Okay, so sorry. Let me share this file. Copy link. No, copy link doesn't work. So yeah, yeah. Wait. Need to put this one. Anyone with the link. So anyone with the link, I'm going to copy this. Oh my God, I never copy. Copy and done. Let me paste in the chat box. Okay, so yeah, this is after. So I'm going to rename that as after. Okay, this is after, and I'm going to press here right click, and then I'm going to share. Where is the share? Okay, so this one, anyone with the link, copy link, and before. All right. So this one is after, this one is before. Okay, so yeah, I see Prem Sai, Arun Bhai, are you there? Okay, so no questions, then maybe we can end the sessions. I hope yeah. But for just those who want to know, I am planning to come to India maybe probably in August. I haven't booked the ticket, so once I come India, the first person I'll send is Arun and also Mohit. That's the first thing I'll do. Yeah.
Just one question I had, Ellen,
Yeah,
if you
go ahead, go
won't
ahead.
mind. How do you do smart data entry? Can you show us? Or
Smart
is there
data
any
entry.
video you have, if any video or something you would have covered on that?
What do you mean by smart data entry?
Like there are certain ways, no, like in the last week I asked you, sorry, on Wednesday only, I guess I asked you. One is advanced shortcut keys and all. Apart from that, if you could just share, if you could in verbal way
Mm-hmm.
only, that what things they make you look like a professional expert in Excel and all. What makes you look like a professional or expert in Excel while you are doing
Okay.
data
Yeah,
entry
yeah,
of
yeah.
of
Data entry, no problem. I can actually
Mhm.
guide. This
Yeah.
one expense. If you are hardworking, it's okay. I mean, of course, there are genius who are actually lazy as well, of course. But don't worry, this is depends on you. So if you ask Excel challenge, this is you have a thing. So you see here got so many questions, so many problems. If you want to be an expert, like you see when you talk about Shah Rukh Khan or you talk about America Khan, Salman Khan, any Bollywood heroes actually, how they become a hero. Of course, if you watch the movie, there should be a villain, right? Like of course, if you watch Jawan, there is a villain. If you watch Pathan, there's a villain. You know. So the thing is, in Excel, there will always be an enemy. There's always be a challenge. So how you want to be a Shah Rukh Khan like that? So you look at the Excel formula challenges. So like I hope I'm answering Mohit's question. So yes, like what Shivani say, it's practice. But on top of that, you must able to solve a problem. Like you see, now I'm going to show a chat box. For those you want to leave, you can leave. But for those who want to stay, I'm going to show you one thing. Okay, this one, wait, let me show you. This is an Excel quiz. Okay, wait, just let me show. Yeah, yeah, you can share to the group. No worries. What's the name? Aishwarya. Okay, wait, exam before lunch. Okay. So the thing is, Shivani and also and Mohit and so on. When it comes to Excel, it's about smart work. Okay. So how to do smart work? You see, Mohit, okay, audience, can you type number 2 in the chat box? If you can see this Excel file, okay, exam before lunch, okay. So Mohit's question is how to be smart and so on, right? So you see, how to remove blank space in less than 10 seconds. Just say your manager give you a work, okay, okay. So he give you a work and then you just right click and then you delete. The work is remove blank space. Like this, right click and delete. Right click and then delete. Some of them, they know the answers already. That means how to remove the blank space. Okay, anyone can tell me how to remove? This is, I think, easy for some of you. Anybody want to type in the chat box? Okay, yeah. It's actually, you can see Control A or Control Space Bar, Control G, alternate special. Then, yes, then go to where? Go to where?
Click
Okay,
on K, just press the
okay, yes.
shortcut key K.
And then enter. Then after that, Control minus, right?
Minus,
Then
yes.
after that, shift cell up and bingo, there you go. Okay, that is number 1. Okay, how about level 2? You see, just say your manager give you a work. You copy and then you paste. You copy and then you paste. You copy and then you paste. So now for everyone, I believe some of you know the answer. How's the answer? How to automatically? Okay, so you let's say here, I should just say go to special. So Control G, alternate S, and then blanks, and then equal, Control special. Okay, that's great. So I believe I'm happy that you all have done it. Marvelous. How about level 3? All right. How to insert one blank space in less than 20 or 10 seconds? Like you see here, I'm doing this one by one. Right click, insert. Right click, insert. And then after that, right click and insert. So how to do this? Not one by one, but 20 seconds. Same way is not, you can't use go to special. Anybody knows how to do it? I think I got this in last year's COE session. Last year I got this to some of you. That means you see how to insert one blank space like this. You see here I'm doing one by one. This is not correct. You see in Excel you have to work efficiently. So how? Anybody? Not VBA code. VBA code nahi. VBA code nahi. All right. Okay. Never mind. I'll show you all. But for those who want to leave, you can leave. It's up to you because you know. All right. No problem. I can guide you. Okay. So this is. I'll put you a note. First step is step A. You Control G. You put your cursor. Go Control G to A1. Itu that is step. First step. Step number 2 is you highlight column B, or you can use Control Spacebar. All right. Number 3 is Control Shift equal. Control Shift equal means it will insert the column. Okay. And then what is the step number 4? Step number 4 is you put 1 and 2. That means you fill 1 and 2. And then number 5 is highlight and double click. Okay, highlight and double click. Number 6 is once you highlight and double click, and then after that what you do is you copy the numbers and paste downwards. Okay, number 7 is right click. Select any number, right click. After you right click, you sort small to large. Okay, now let us do together. Control G to A1, Control G, A1. Control spacebar. If you want to use your mouse to highlight the column also can, or Control spacebar also can. Control Shift equal means insert. You want to use your mouse to click insert also can, or Control Shift equal. Then 1 and 2. Okay, you fill 1 and 2. Highlight and double click. Highlight and then you go here, double click. Then after that, you copy the numbers and paste downwards. Then after that, you right click, select any number, right click, sort small to large. Sort small to large. Dang, dang, there you go. So in 20 seconds, it's done. Okay, maybe let me show you again so that everybody can understand. Okay, so this one I'm going to put up. Okay. Okay, so you see here, Control G, A1. Control spacebar, Control Shift equal 1 and 2. And then you just double click and then you copy and then you paste. You can select any number, right click and sort small to largest, Control minus, Control home. So yeah, so this is how you can do in less than 20 seconds or 10 seconds. Okay, now let me ask you another question. So you see here, now I want to put a data. For example, here, if the data has men, so I want to put maybe a code of 1000. So if here have men, I put here 100, sorry. Here also we have men, I put here 100. So I'm doing this monthly. How to insert? Okay, the next question is, next challenge. How to put 100 in the next column. Okay, if the beside column, if the left column has man data. Okay, fine. Okay, that means you see here, Rahul, you press here Control F, man. Okay, all right. You mean Control F, options and find, then how? That means you see here again, I repeat, what is the next challenge? The next challenge is how to put 100 in the next column if the left column has the word. Okay, wait. If the next column has the word, left column has the word man. You see here, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, what I do is, yeah, I put here, yes, like how I should I say, correct? It's almost there. So I put here 100. Here I put here 100. Okay, here I put here 100. Okay, what we can do is, we can just press right click and then we can filter. Okay, it depends on what's your data you want. Okay, filter value. Okay, so it doesn't work, so never mind. Or we can do what? Okay, so I put here name, Control Shift L, and then I put here man. So here is 100, right? So I do what? Control D and then Control Shift L. So there you go. So any data that has man will have. Okay, but the problem is if just say I write here man, it will not appear. Okay, so this one you need to use if formula and whatnot. Okay, again I repeat how I do is, so if you see here, if just say any data that has the word man, it should have 100, right? So what I do is I press here, okay, Control Shift L, like what your friend say, find. So I put here search, man. So any word that has a man, it should be 100. So I put here 100, Control down, Control Shift up, Control D, Control Shift L. There you go. Okay, so this is how it works. Sama sana? Oh, Muci malum nihi? So maybe you can type yes or no. Okay, see they say yes. Shivani? Okay, so yeah. So like Mohit, your question is Excel challenges. Okay, why challenges? You see, Bollywood movie, you have a hero, you have a villain. In every movie, if there's no villain, then there is no action, there is no sentiment and whatnot. So because of the villain, there is a conflict, right? So the same thing is in Excel, there must be a challenge. Then only you can be a master. So Muche master nahi. Muche can say I'm also like a, can say beginner, intermediate, that level, but all the experts, they know how to change. You see here, formula challenge, how to convert year to numbers of day. Let us see this challenge. So yeah, we see this challenge, then you see. So basically they have this input, so they want to change to this kind of data. Yeah, so they have all these tricky things. So you can actually connect to all these experts. The experts, they will know how to change this kind of format to this format and all those things. Yeah.
Great, Ellen. I'll surely try this.
Yeah, so don't worry, advanced COE session in the future, I will definitely conduct just for challenges. If you want more challenges, then maybe I'll show you. Okay, so I mean, for those who want to leave, you can leave, no problem, because I'm expanding the time actually, so which is not the right way. No, not this final exam. This one is very easy. Let me show you. Yes, we look up part 4. We look up part 3, correct. We look up part 3. Okay, so let us look at this challenge. All right, so everybody, ladies and gentlemen, if you are still here, you can be here. But if you want to leave, maybe you want to watch movie or want to spend time with your family, no problem, you can leave. So you see, for those who know VLOOKUP, XLOOKUP, it's good for y'all. But if you look here, one problem with XLOOKUP is, you just say I put here equal XLOOKUP. Lookup value, lookup array, return array. So you see here got MMC, here got MCMC. So when I double click, the problem is XLOOKUP, it will capture the first value. It will capture the first value. Like you see here, KFC, TGV, SRK is not being captured. So now, ladies and gentlemen, if you are here, okay, please share the challenge link and practice file. Yeah, I think I'll share in the, okay, create unique IDs. Wait,
Oh,
yes,
sorry, I gave this in the reference because if in amount 100 is repeated, it will pick the first one only.
yes, okay. So how?
Equal to MNC, equal to,
Equal to MMC, okay.
we can use concat or
Uh-huh.
and this 100, yes,
Yes, good try. Okay, or you can also
control
try.
D. Hmm.
Yes, this one. Okay, this is Mohit's way. You can do like this, or you can also put here 1, 2, and 3. That means you put like this. Okay, that means sorry. 1, 2. Wait, let me give me a moment. So do like this. So you can do like this, and then after that, what you can do is you select 1. Okay, maybe I'll just remove this. So Mohit way also can. That means Mohit, you have to select something like this. Then you will capture, right? That means I
Yes,
just put
I'll
this one.
take this as reference.
Then after that, sorry, this one I'll put this and then copy and paste as value. So yeah, that means you do this. That means you do X lookup on like this and this. Sorry, X lookup this value and this value. Then you select this lookup array. Sorry, not this value first. Sorry, my bad. What is value? Okay, X lookup this value, lookup array, and then after that, this is your return array. Okay, so you're almost there, Mohit. But what if just say I show you level 7? You see here, Mohit, sometimes some companies, they have bank statement. Bank statement, they have debit and credit. So if you see here, if just say I use X lookup, okay, lookup value, lookup array, table, I mean return array, and then if you see, wait, let me just go here. It doesn't capture. I want SRK to be here. So how? Mohit and team, how to do it? Okay, so Shivani, you want the file? Don't worry, I'll share in the WhatsApp group later. Okay. So yes, Aishwarya, if you are here, you can answer the question. Priyanshu, you can answer how I want to capture. Don't tell me I want to copy and then I paste. You can do that, but it's time consuming and there will possibility of human error. So anybody know this challenge? This challenge is index match. Okay, so how index match, Aishwarya? Index. Can you unmute Aishwarya or can you type in the chat box? What do you mean by index? Okay. All right. So Rahul, I repeat the question again. If you look here, Rahul, here we have company, here we have the amount. Okay, here is company, here is amount. So what you do is you put here equal X lookup. Just say I use normal X lookup, Rahul. I put this data over here, comma, lookup array, and then return array. So for those who know VLOOKUP, X lookup, they are experts, so they know this. But there is a problem. You see here, Rahul, if just say I drag down, that means when I drag until the down, it doesn't show me SRK and ERN. Do you get it, Rahul? Do you get the question? Maybe you can type yes. Search mode bottom to up. What do you mean? Okay, so to give you a clue, don't worry. You put here 1, you put here 2, and then you just press double click. Okay, that's how you do it. And then how you do here is I create another dummy column. So I put here equal. Okay, I put here equal. And then after that, I put here if. Okay, if is blank. Okay, is blank is a formula to determine whether this particular cell is blank or not. Okay, if it's blank, then what I do is I just put up arrow. Otherwise, it's this number plus 1. Okay, so yeah, this is how it looks. So now what I do is, if they say I drag down, okay, so this is the data. So here you have 10. So I do here X lookup, this value, and this value, this value, and this value. And then after that, you select this, and then you press here. Okay, Shivani, noted. And then there you go. So this is how you do. You need to create dummy column basically. Okay, but since we have an error, so you can try here if error. So if error, so this one, and then, so if just say I put this, there you go. So yeah, there's a lot of challenges, Aishwarya and Mohit. I can actually share this file also. This is actually VLOOKUP challenge. Like normal VLOOKUP, VLOOKUP true, and then reverse VLOOKUP. That means VLOOKUP start from this side. How to do reverse VLOOKUP? VLOOKUP for 2 columns, for more than 2 values. I got teach this twice. And then after that, the same value appear on the list. I think just now Mohit also got help. This type of data. And level 8. What if just say this data over here, if you see here, if there is a single no or there is a yes no, the status should appear as no. Meaning to say here, if I put here no, it should be no. So that's a lot of things, Aishwarya. This one challenges like Mohit's question. When you know this, when Mohit's question is how to be smart, when you can solve a challenge, then yes. All
Thank you,
right.
Ellen, for all these insights. Just for confirmation, you
Correct.
create all these data sets from Excel Jet or from somewhere else also?
No, because you see, Mohin, my job is I work as an Excel trainer. So sometimes these clients, they ask me questions and so on. So of course, I'm not Shah Rukh Khan. Shah Rukh Khan can fight with 20 people. I don't know an Excel question. Just imagine vice president, head of department asks this. So thank God the next day I can actually what I do is I go to Google, YouTube, ChatGPT. I do the hardcore. And then after that, the next day I show off to the VPs and whatnot. So like how I showing off to y'all. So that's how I do. But the behind the scenes is you ask Google, you ask ChatGPT for the answers.
Got it.
So yes, yeah, that's how it gets. Okay,
Because
so
even
yeah, go
on
ahead.
ChatGPT, sorry, even on ChatGPT, if I ask to give me a complex data set, sometimes what it gives is very easy. That's why I asked. But thanks for showing this Excel jet. I'll try problems from this for sure.
Yeah, so now I will share the file with so they are asking the file. I don't know what WhatsApp group you all are in, so I'll just share in one WhatsApp group only. Where's the WhatsApp group? Okay, what's the Ellen Pro Bono? Okay, Ellen Pro Bono. So just give me a moment, guys. So I'll just share in the WhatsApp group. There are so many WhatsApp groups, so I so confused which WhatsApp group. Yeah. Okay, so I'm sharing, and yeah, it's already sent. So then for those others, you can actually send. Okay, so anyone got any questions?
Hello?
Yes. Oh yeah, this is Prim. Yes, Prim. Over to
Yeah.
you.
Okay. So, are we observing any questions from the audience?
I
Today we
tell you
have
what.
covered pretty much everything.
Nothing from my end. Thank you, Ellen. Thank you, Prem.
Okay. And I hope everyone would also be participating in the upcoming sessions, which is for tomorrow. There are two sessions scheduled for tomorrow, and one in the morning, 10:30 a.m., and one in the 7:30 a.m., I guess, right?
Yes, 7:30 p.m. IST,
Yeah.
not Malaysia time.
Yeah, ISP from ISP. Yeah. Sure.
Just
So yeah,
wanted to
make sure.
confirm. Sorry, Prem.
No, no, sorry.
You finish. Then I'll ask.
So I was just suggesting everyone just to continue participating these sessions as I have requested everyone in the previous session as well, and make sure you should be registering yourself through the form which we have shared in the group as well, and yeah, keep supporting. Sorry, Mohit, you were saying something.
I was about to ask, was there any session in the evening that I missed out? Because while coming from office, when I tried to join the session, it was saying that the host is in another session. If there's something I have missed, I'll try to get its recording.
Maybe someone has shared another link of the session, so that's it. Like this is the only session we have which was scheduled for today.
Got it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you for joining. Thank you, Evan, for taking your time. And because it's almost too late for you in Malaysia.
It's 11:42. Yeah.
So,
Google Sheet same as SQL query. The one I'm not sure. Aishwarya, you can Google Aishwarya and let me know the answer.